recording this. Okay. All right, so first things first, I'm going to do a little bit of teaching, and then we're going to go right into the factoring part. So the idea is that when I have something with a number x squared plus a number x plus another number, that factors into two parentheses, and these two things are, I call them the firsts. The F, when you think of this acronym, have you seen that acronym before? FOIL. Have you seen that before? Okay. The F stands for you're going to multiply the first things. And most people have no problem figuring out, hey, that's, if that's a 3, it's a 1 and a 3. Easy. Sometimes there's more than one choice. That makes it a little trickier. Most people don't have any issue with the green things because they know what multiplies to be this. Where it gets tricky is this middle term, because we can't forget about that. And the middle term, we get that from the outers and the inners. And the outers would be the outside things, the outmost things. And the insides would be the inmost things. Those together add up to be that B term right there. Okay? All right. And so it's not a big deal if it's just 1x squared, but today we're going to deal with things like this. I'm going to write one down so you can see what I mean. Let's say I had 2x squared plus 5x plus 1. Okay, I'm starting with an easy one. Okay, what I'm saying to you is most people don't have an issue with this part. What multiplies to be 2x squared? What would you say? Well, what multiplies to be 2? 2 and 1. So this is going to be a 2x and a 1x. Okay. Now, in this case, I only gave you, I lied. I screwed that up. Hold on. This has got to be a 2. It's impossible. There's only one thing that multiplies to be 2, right? Yeah. But what I'm saying is you have to put it in the right spot. And this is where the guess and check comes in, because if you put it in the wrong spot, we're going to check, and then we're going to erase our answers. I'm going to do it wrong a second so you can see what I mean. If I put the plus 2 here and the plus 1 here, watch what happens. What's 2x times x? 2x squared. We know that. What's the outers? That's 2x. The inners is 2x. What does that add up to be? That's a problem because we need it to add up to be 5x. That's where the guess and check comes. Okay, well, so then that means that instead of the 2 here and the 1 here, I flip them around. So now I take this off, and I take this off, and I put the plus 1 here and the plus 2 there. Now let's see if it works. We got 4x and 1x. What's 4x plus 1x? 5x. Sorry for all my scribbling. That works, right? Okay. So that's what I mean by guess and check. You do have to check those middle terms. I'm going to start with some things that are prime. What I mean by prime is only 2 numbers multiply, and then we're going to get progressively harder. Okay? Are you ready?
No. Yes.
Thanks for playing along, Hunter. Even if you aren't ready. All right, first one's first. So you're going to check, make sure I see on your whiteboard that you check your outers and your inners. Check those outsides and insides, guys. By that, I mean make sure you're checking this one and this one. I think we would all agree it's this and this. We know that. Okay. Cool. Okay, I'm going to purposely get it wrong to show you what you would do if you got it wrong. I have to really think hard here. Let's say I did plus 3 plus 1, because 3 times 1 is 3, agreed? Do I really have to check the first and the last? No, I'm assuming you guys don't have to write that down because you know 2n times n is 2n. Okay, I'm just going to check the outers and the inners. 2n times 1 is 2n. This is 3n. What's 3n plus 2n? 5n. Not right. Does not add up to 7n. We erase. Let's put the 1 here and the 3 here. Now I check again. We got 1n and 6n. What does that add up to be? Ding, 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 ding. 7n. That is correct. Okay? No, because that middle term didn't work. It has to be written like that. So that's what I mean. You want to check the outers and the inners. It has to be the n with the 3 and this with the 1. That's the only way to get a 7n. Yours multiplied to be 5n. Okay? All right, let's try another one. You try that one, please. Now, 6 can be tricky because it's possible that it's 2 and 3 or 3 and 2 or 1 and 6 or 6 and 1. So you have some options here. If we need to go back to an easier one, we can go back. We know that. Make sure you're checking those outers and inners. What did you try, 6 and 1? Okay. Try 6 and 1. 3n and 6n. That doesn't work, right? Because it's 3n and 6n. So once you've tried 1 and 6 in both spots, then try 2 and 3. Raise your hand if you can kind of look and see what it needs to be without doing the erasing. Some of you can like look a step ahead, yeah. Also, some of you are using box method. Box method's fine, if you remember it. I can never remember box method, and I taught it for years, and then I just thought, if I can't remember it, how can I expect my students to remember it? So that's why I don't teach box method anymore. Okay, we need the 3 to be right there, because that would give me a 9n. We would need a 2 to be right there, because that would give me a 2n. And 9n plus 2n is 11n. Good job. All right. Try that one. You guys are doing a nice job. Then we'll up the ante after this one. So what multiplies to be 6? So here's what I tell them. Just put 3 and 2 in and try it. And don't be afraid to make a mistake. Now check. They are both plus then. And now just check and see if it's right. And if it's not right, then flip them around.
No, it doesn't. 5 plus 6.
Wait.
No,
How do 1 is 11? It's not 13.
Dang it.
try 2 and 3.
Math isn't mathy.
My brain doesn't work right.
Try 2 and 3. Good.
Ew.
That gives me 10n. This gives me 3n. What's 10n plus 3n? 13n. If box method isn't working, try my way. Guess and check. All you need is an eraser. Okay. All right, now this is going to get more difficult. I have that negative in there. So let me give you hints about negatives. If there is a negative right here, that means one of these has to be a plus and one has to be a minus. So the trick about negatives, if you have the right term, wrong sign, your numbers are in the right spot, then you just flip the signs around, okay? If you have the totally wrong number, you're going to have to flip your terms around. Do you want me to say that again?
I got it.
Okay, you got it. That's where I'm starting. I'm going to show the whole progression of what I mean by guess and check. Okay, are you watching me? I'm going the longest possible route. Neither of those worked. So guess what? Is it 1 and 10? Nope. What else multiplies to be 10?
5 and 2.
Try 5 and 2 if you haven't already. I'm doing all the wrong choices first, guys. Negative 14n plus 5n is negative 9n. Ooh, I'm really close. I have the number right. The sign is wrong. So if that happens, that was what I was talking about at the beginning, then you're going to just flip the signs. This is going to be a minus. This is going to be a plus. All right. Try that one.
Yeah, this has got to be wrong.
You got it. Yep. You need an N, right?
Oh.
Good. Good.
Guys from the Secret Life.
Okay, 5n minus 6 and n plus 1 works. We got 5n and minus 6n, and 5n minus 6n adds up to be negative n. All right, try that one. Hold on, I gotta see how many I have left, guys. Okay, I'll come back. 1, 2. Just give me a sec, okay? 1, 2. I'll go back to it. 3. There we go. We got 2 more left. 2.
How did I get 7 made right?
How did you get what?
Oh, I read this one.
Oh, it's
I read my own equation.
Oh, 7. No, so look at the last set of multiplied.
We literally said it like last week.
You might have been got confused because I kept flipping around, but this was the one. I'm pretty sure that was the one we were doing. Yeah. Got it? Anyone need more time? All right, so we need the minus 1 to be over here so that we get a negative 7n, and the plus 2 to be there so we get a plus 2n, because negative 7n and 2n add to be negative 5n. All right. What about that one? Okay, this, guys, at least it's a plus and plus. This is tricky because you could, okay, first of all, disclaimer. Can you take something out of this first before you start? Yes. What could you take out before you start? Yes. Okay. If I took a 3 out of everything, this would be 2n squared plus 7n plus 5. Is this easier than it looked like at the beginning? Yep. All right, would you just factor that, and then I'll tell you what you got to do with the 3. I did not put any ones where you had to pull out a factor on the maze rules. You can and then pull it out at the end.
So sum of these two needs to equal 5.
3 and plus 1.
The last number, does that have to equal 21?
I'm going to put the 5 here and a 1 here. Is that making sense? Okay. This 3 has to still stay out in front. All right, let me show you an alternative way. Somebody over there said, what if I just did 3 and I saw 3n plus 3 and then 2n plus 5, because that works. Okay, because then I got 15n and 6n, and that adds up to 21. Okay, Is that fine? Sure. But what I would tell you is then to be the most simplified, do you see there's 3 goes into both those things? You could pull the 3 out at the end then. You could still do it that way. Oh boy. What about that one? Can you take something out of that one? What? 5. Take out a 5 first. Don't forget to take it out of here.
Ooh, we can divide these all by 5. Wait, no, plus 4.
You got to put the 5 in the front when you're done, but it's got to be 2n. Oops. Okay, what multiplies to be 2? 2 and 1. You're going to have to put the 2 right here so that you get a 4n. And you're going to have to put a 1 there so you get a 1n. 1n plus 4n is 5n. All right, you guys. You're good. Can you guys go ahead and return your whiteboard?